This conference will now be recorded.
Good evening, everyone. All got the link, or everyone access to the link?
Yes, ma'am.
PPTs and programs for your friend end. Okay. You started to doing anything? What about others? I got only one reply. Did you check to the notes? Any doubt is there? Finally, you will be having one online test. So you go through all the notes, programs. Any doubt is there, you can ask me. Okay. And how many of you are ready to submit the assignments? Means the project. I told I don't want the full thing. At least if you create the landing page or the first page, then that is also fine. So how many of you are trying, or how many of you will be able to show?
Ma'am, when will the test be and when do we have to show the project?
Test will be next week, because this week we have to complete this server side also. After that, next week only we'll be having the test. Date is not confirmed. Date I'll confirm and I'll tell you. Project also the next week you have to show me. Now you have all the programs with you. Notes also is there with you. You can refer those programs. You can create your application. Okay. Okay, we were doing about Node.js. I think everyone forgot what is Node.js. Before holidays only we have started. I showed you how to install it. Then how to use this Node.js also I showed you. You remember or you forgot? Again I should repeat it or what? Anyway, we'll just brief what all things we completed last class. So about Node.js only we have started. So it is a cross-platform runtime environment, and it consists of library files are there for running your JavaScript application outside the browser. So it is used for creating server-side and networking web applications. Node.js is open source and free to use. So many modules are available. Nothing but some library files are available, which all are written in JavaScript. So you all knows how JavaScript syntax. So using that or remembering that syntax, you can easily work with the Node.js. So that is mainly used for real-time server applications. So actually, they are telling it is a platform which is built on the prompts JavaScript runtime for easily building fast and scalable network applications. So it consists of rich library sets are there, which we can use for our web applications or development of our web applications. That is some introduction we have seen in last class. Then before we starting with any server-side application, you should know what is HTTP, that is Hypertext Transfer Protocol. So set of rules and regulations we have to follow when we are doing any client-server communication, like that type of applications. So here, these are the messages, which how data is exchanged between a server and a client. Two types of messages are there. Request type of message is there, response type of message is there. That also we have seen what is request means, that is sent by the client to trigger an action on the server. So through the web browser. So client is nothing but the web browser, we can tell. So through the web browser, we are sending a request. So depends upon what request we have given, the client will process that one and send the response back to the client. Okay, so responses are nothing but the answer from the server. So here mainly for this HTTP request, we have two types of methods, get and post. This also we have seen when we worked with HTML, how the get and post methods are working. What is the differences also I told you. Response is that answer or the response from the server with the target to provide the client with the desired resources in the HTTP response. Okay, so all these things we learn. So how to create your first example also, two ways we can create it. Console based applications we can create it, plus web based applications. For a console based application, it is nothing. You can open your notepad file normal. There you can type the coding like this, just to display messages. Console is an object, .log is a function. This is the value we are displaying to your console window. And how to run this one? We are using this command node, and you have to save this file with what extension? .js extension. And after that, open your command prompt and give the command which one? Node, your file name, press enter button. That whatever message I have given inside that .js file, that get displayed in that command prompt window, that is your console window. There I'll get the display. To execute the web-based applications, or how to create Node.js web-based application, for that we need to follow this kind of steps. First of all, we are telling what is the required modules we want to use in my file. So that required modules we are importing or including to our particular application using require directive, that is used to load a Node.js module. Create a server, that is one function is there. Using that one, we are creating a server, or we are establishing a server that will listen to client's request. Okay, so while giving that listen, we have to tell the port number also. So through which port number your server is communicating to the client, we have given there 8080. I think you are remembering that one. You can give any port number. If that is not acceptable, means you can change and you can try. It's nothing but a communication channel only, through your server and client is communicating. So that we have to give it there. Then after establishing the server, we are doing read, request and return responses. Okay, so we can create our own modules. That also I have showed, I think. Easily include them in your applications. How to include that one? The user defined module we have to include to our file using exports keyword. So whatever properties I define for the user defined modules, that I can include to the actual server using exports keyword. That also we have seen. No need to show the program, no? Because you are remembering or what? Do I need to show the program?
Ma'am, can you
Yes
show
or no?
once, ma'am?
Okay.
Yes,
So
ma'am.
how to create web-based application? That's one you are asking. Okay. Fine. So the command prompt window you can open from your search one only. CMD if you type, that it will get open. Now we need a program that it will show, or it will create a server at the website. So see, this we have already created a file. Last time only we created this myfirst.js a file created. So how to use this modules? We using this require function. HTTP module only we have to use, because now we are establishing a connection between server and client. Request and response type of messages we want to send and receive it. So HTTP module is included there. How to create a server? This is the function name, create server. So in that function have two arguments. One is a request argument, another one is a response argument. So in that response only now we are sending. That means when I create a server, whoever is connecting to that server port number, that is a client only. So client will get this kind of message. Okay. So how we will writing the heading part? 200, that is a okay status we will tell. That means if it is able to connect, or any client wants to connect, if the server is ready, to show that ready state, we'll use this number 200. And content type we have to tell, that is what type of response we are sending it back. It is in the form of text and HTML, and ending that response. So while ending, we are telling this is the message you want to display back to the user as a response. Okay, and all these things, it is inside the function. So till here, after that the create server function is closed here. Dot now client comes and connect to that one using this port number, then it will send the message to the client, which one, hello world. So this is one example. So how to run this? First you have to use the command node, and its name of the file is myfirst.js. Press enter. Is showing some problem. Okay, that is in another folder. It is actually, this is location is like the C drive users. Inside Lakshmi folder, I have one more folder that there it is Node.js programs. So the path here we have to give it properly. So already the prompt it is showing like this. It is in Z drive users Lakshmi. In that one more folder we have, that is Node.js programs. So that we are including using cd command. Press enter. Now we are inside that folder. Then you can type the command node. Then your file name is myfirst.js. Press enter. So see here, it is at the ready state now. How to access? Open your web browser, because the web browser is only the client. Okay. So their client is accessing that one using the address http /localhost. Localhost is nothing but your IP address, colon. The port number which we are using there to connect to that server is 8080. Press enter button. So it is at the waiting state, that server which we created. Now this web browser access to that port number. So I got this message, hello world, like that. Clear this one? This is how to create a web server in Node.js. Any doubt? So this we have done last class. So that one only we have done now. If you want to create your own modules, you can include them in your application. That also, that program is ready there. See like this. Using the exports keyword, one variable my date time equal to, we created a function. The function is returning the date object. This date object we have learned in our JavaScript. So the date object we are assigning to this my date time variable that we are exporting. So where I'm exporting, where we'll use this name my date and time, there I can export it. So this file we have saved with a name my first module. The actual server creation is this demo module file. We have included our normal HTTP. Now we have to include which one also. Now user defined module also I have to include it there. So we using require dot slash my first module, that module name which I created here. Then normally creating the server, heading part we have written. Either you can give that one in the end function, whatever you want to display to the user in the web browser, or else you can use this function what write. We are writing what is the date and time currently using the dt. Dt is the value we have get from that module dt dot my date time, that function we are using there. The name which I used in my first module. Here I used that name only, that we have to access it there. That's it. And same thing only. Again, execution we have to do. No, the actual server creation we have done in demo module, that is the file name. Okay, see now the error it is showing here. The address is already in use, like that one error problem it is showing. So previous program we have executed. In this you can see. See that is in which server only? Server created with a port number 8080. Suppose if it is showing this kind of any error, that channel is not possible or it is not ready with this port number, means you can change that port number. It's just a number only. Everywhere that is a common number for the web server we are using 8080. If it is not working, you can choose a different port number. So we have other options like 8081, 8082, like that. You can change the port number. So you go to your program. See in this creating, while creating the server, change that one, save your program. Now again you run run it. So see now it is not showing you any error. That means now this file is created a server with what port number 8081. To access this server in your web browser, we have to type the same thing, but the port number we have to change with 8081. So see, it is showing the current time. Is this clear? The port number problem is clear for you? Any doubt? Okay. So these things and all we covered at the last class. We discussed about what is that HTTP module. To include that one, require method, how to use it. That can create a server that listens to the server ports and gives a response back to the client. So that one only. So 8080 is a common. When any web server you are creating also, always that will be referring to this one only, 8080. If it is not working, you can try with a different one. Console module, if you want in detail, means already we have done with the log function only. That means in your command prompt itself, it will display the output for you. That have other functions like error function is there, warn function is there. So error function, it is showing some error messages on the console. How to use it? This is the example we have seen last class. Console.error, new error. So it is an object. This new error part is an object of error. This also we have learned in the JavaScript, the same error class only here we are referring. Some error messages that we can give it. Okay. Some warning messages also I can display it using this warn function. So console module consists of this many things: log, error, warn. So either you can display these values to your web browser, or else you can see that output in your console window, that is nothing but your command prompt where you are executing your program. Okay, so that also we have seen. Now we have to see, till that only I completed last class. Now we have to start with file server. So what is that file system? So what do you mean by a file? We are telling no, HTML file is there, JavaScript file. So what do you mean by a file? Any idea? So we can tell file is a permanent storage location. So if I want to store any information permanently, we'll refer to which one only? File only. Different types of files I can create. We have now we are handling all these files are programming type of files only. Some programs I am saving permanently so that I can refer that one, or I can use it any number of times, any time I can use it, any number of days also I can use it. So that is some permanent storage location. That is only what files. So we can create images, audio files, normal text editor we can create it. All are what? Permanent storage only. So why we need a file system? So when I create a web application, so there we have an option, we created a forms, entering your first name, last name, then it is asking you to upload your CV or your resume, like that it is telling you to upload. So the CV should be ready there. In a Word document file or in a PDF format file, that file should be ready in your device or in your computer or in your mobile, wherever it is. When you upload that one, that file to be saved in your server. Correct? No. Then only whatever backend applications is there or whatever backend process are there, that they can store into your databases that file. Whenever you want, you can retrieve it. All those things we can do using these files. So when I create a web server or when we are doing any backend type of application, there also we need which one? File system. So that file to be created, when I click on the upload button, a file location to be created in your server side. Okay. And again, somewhere we will be having, I told you, I think I told you last class, we have an option of downloading the whole ticket from your official website of your college somewhere or universities, like that. So already the whole tickets of all the students, they have saved in the databases. So when you click on download, if you provide or whatever exam pattern or syllabus, whatever it is they are giving for downloading, that will be in a file format. No. So either again it is in a PDF format or in a documentation format. So if you click on download button, that file is downloading and it is asking which location in your device it wants to save. That also it will ask. So then also I need a file system there. So now the server is sending a response there. Previously I have sent a request in the form of file system. When I clicking on download or whatever that kind of action, then server is responding in a file format or file system only. It is working as a response. So that then also I need which one? File system. So that is important. So here file system module is there in Node.js, FS. Okay. So file system module that will allow you to work with the file system on your computer. To include that module, again, we have to use which method only? Require method. So is it clear why we need a file system in our server side applications? Any doubt in that one? Because we know how to create a file graphically. In your device or in your computer, all the type of softwares are available. If you want to create a documentation file, you know how to create it. That then also why we are learning this one in the server side application. This is the exact thing. If you upload something, if you are downloading something, then also in your program logic, this file system also should be included. Then only it will work. Okay. So here, commonly what all uses we can do or what all applications is there with the file system module. We can read the files. We can create a new file, updating the file, deleting the file and renaming the file. Reading the file, it's nothing but already existing file. We are reading its content. That means you can tell when we download something. So that existing thing only, when we are downloading that one, that it is reading the files. You can create a file. When you upload something, it is creating the file in that particular locations. If you make any changes, then also again you are uploading that one. That is updating the file. You don't want that file anymore, then you can delete it. That type of coding also you can give it there. If you want, you can rename it. That also options are there. So all our built-in methods are available inside that module FS. Use these methods, we can operate this file system. Okay, so we have here read file method is there, that is used to read files on your computer. Okay, so FS is your module name. How we use HTTP? The same manner, FS is a built-in module name that consists of this many methods. See, for creating a file, you have append file, open function, write file. So fs.append file method that appends specified content to a file. That means just adding the file content. If the file does not exist, the file will be created. If the file is existing, already some content will be there. Suppose if it is some content file only, means that will be new value will be adding at the end. That is only appending meaning. If the file is not existing, the file will be created. Same thing I can do. That means creating a new file we can do using open. So that takes a flag as a second argument. If the flag is W for writing, the specified file is open for writing. If the file does not exist, an empty file is created. That's it. Okay. Now write file similar to append file only, but what it is doing means it method replaces the specified file and the content if it exists. So if you are telling in this location, this file name I have given, but already that file name and it have some other content, it is existing there in that particular location. If I use write file method, that will replace. Okay, the old file will be replaced with the new file with the new content. If the file does not exist, then it will be created newly with the specified content. So that is the differences between append file and write file. Okay. Other one for updating. So fs.append file, write file. Again, the same methods only we are using for updating. Okay. So append file I told you, if the file is existing, it will append to the last at the end of the specified file, it will append the new content. Or write file means that replaces the specified file and the content. That's it. If you want to delete a file, that have this unlink method is there. So this method I can use to delete the specified file. If you want to rename, fs.rename. So it is easy to remember. Renaming, rename function is there. For deleting, unlink function is there. For writing or for opening new file, open function, write file function. To update it, append file, that again I can use for creation also. To read the file content, we have read file method is there. So clear? You got an idea? What all operations we can do with the file system? Reading, creation, updation, deletion, and rename. Okay, we'll see the program. So this is for reading. So the normal one, HTTP we have included there. Now extra for the file system, which module we want is FS module we want, that also included. Creating the server using that function. Now here what we have to do, we are reading a file. So existing one file already it is there. This is the file, file demo1.html. That file content only now I am reading. Okay. So here what we are doing is read file, file demo1.html, and we are giving an error messages. So only the function with error, our error object, and some data like that we are getting. So data is nothing but if one error occurred, we are getting so many messages. No, here and all we have seen like this. This already address is already used like that error object. For that, this many options or this many messages we are getting. That is because of this data. Same write head is used, text HTML. Now what we are writing is the data value only we are writing there and the value. Okay, clear this thing? Any doubt? Same 8080 we are using there. So here I'll show you this file. This is an HTML file created with some heading and paragraph. That's it. Like this. So if it is able to read, that file will be loaded to your web server. that only the response we are getting, so that it will show for you the file content. So the file content is a scripting file it is. So whatever headings and this paragraphs I showed, that only it will display for you, not the full content, because it is HTML type of file only we have told there. Open your command prompt to initiate your server. So all those things were correct there. So only now the server is ready. Open your web browser. Type the address. So see, that file content is showing for you. So content is nothing but that is a scripting type of language we have used there, or the content was a scripting lines. So that is interrupted and it is showing for you like this. Clear? Any doubt? This is reading the file. Sorry,
Ma'am?
tell me.
The 8080, it's like .com .in, ma'am. Instead of that, you're using.
No. It's a port number will tell. Okay. See, we are using a file, no, whatever it is. See, this is a notepad file. From here only we have created server handle. So that I have initiated here in this command prompt. Correct? So this is working like your server. So now any other application. So this is a client like this. Where is our web browser? So this is a client. So this client wants to communicate to you this command prompt. You think this command prompt is your server because you have initiated here only. Correct? Now this is the client. Client wants to communicate with this window. Just you think like that. This is one window, this is another window. Both are different applications. If this wants to communicate with this command prompt window, it is accessing using which one only? That port number 8080. Okay. The .com.in is like what? It is called as domain names only. That is telling what type of websites you are creating. That's it. It is not any communication channel. This is a communication channel. This client, that is your web browser, communicating with this command prompt using that port number. Okay.
Okay.
That is the differences. So clear about reading the file content?
So now when we are creating the website, no ma'am, we have to use 8080, no ma'am.
8080 only. That is the client server port number. Web server port number is that 8080. Suppose in case if you have seen that error, no, that it was not closed properly, it was open, that 8080. Same time, if I try to access with a different application, you are creating a different application with the same port number, means then it shows you an error because it is already used by one application. Again, you are creating another server with the same port number, means that you port number 8081 I have given, then it was work. Okay. So like this you can change it if any problem occurs.
Okay, ma'am.
Okay, fine.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. This is reading the file content using your web server. Okay. Now we have other options. We can create a new file using that append operations. How to create a new file using open function. So here included only this much because this program is not creating any web server. So see, only whatever content we have typed is require only the fs and we are creating an empty file. That file name is mynewfile.txt. It's a text type of file. This is a flag attribute we have told w. That means it will be creating and that will be open in which mode, writing mode. I can store the values. And if that error object, throw the error value, or else in that console.log we are creating or we are printing a message, which one saved like that, a message we are printing. Okay, so this also now you have to initiate it. I'll open another command prompt because that is already initiated, or else you can close that one, freshly new one you can open it. So cd then initiate node demo open file.js. So see, here you got this message bar saved. So that file is created. Which is the location? See, I have not given any path. So where your program is there only the file got created. So you can see here. What is the date, time, all those things it is showing. Nothing is there. That is an empty file it created. So that is the usage of open function. Is this clear? Now we have write function is there. No, write file is there. So same thing, instead of open we used here write file, and this is the file we are creating there. This is the content you want to store into that file location. Same manner, console.log we are printing a message what saved. So here it is demo underscore write. So see, for that also I got the same message. Saved I got, it's meaning that file also created. See, this is created there. You can open and you can view it. Okay. Suppose with this write file, now I'll make some changes. Like this, another content I want to create it. So same file location, but the content here I have changed it. Using which function? Write file. So what it is doing there? You can see here. Now again you run your file. So same saved message I got. You can open it and you can view it. So see what it did. Actually it replaced that file. It's not the old file. It replaced with this new file with this new content. That is which one? Write file function. Okay, if the file is existing, it replaces the old file with the new file, and the new content also get replaced there. Append means that will be getting adding at the end. See here, we have the program for append file also. So see, fs.append file, here I am given here like this path and all, new file.txt, hello content, this and all we have given. You can view here. So there also I got the message what? Saved message I got. So there the location I have given differently. What is the location I have given is C drive. This location only I have given. You can view here in this folder. See, this is the file got created. Okay, already that file was existing. So only a new content got appended there. See, now this file content I am changing here. You see. Like this content I have changed. Okay, now you run it again. saved message we got. You open that file. See, this was the first content when I created. Later again I run that one. So existing file, it added that content at the end of that file. One more time we executed, then also it is not newly creating. With the existing file only it is making the changes. Okay, that is the difference between append file and write file. Is this clear? If here you change its file name, then append will create a new file. You see, the new file got created with that content only. Any doubt in these things? So now we have learned how to create a new file, how to add a content, and how to update a file also we have seen. The same examples only, because write file function and append file function only we are using for updating. So write file, it replaces the existing file and creates a new file with the new content. Append file means it will add the content at the end of the file if it is existing, or else if it is not existing, it creates a new file. Okay, fine. Any doubt? So that things only we have completed. How to delete a file? We have this unlink option is there. My new file.txt, which is the file you want to delete it. That file name we have specified there. Printing a message in our console window, that is file deleted. That's it. So it is showing what file is deleted. If you search there, we had my new file too, it was there in the same location. Now that is not showing because it got deleted there. If you want to rename, we have the rename option also. So my new file here already it is there in the same location. See, my new file one, that we are renaming it to a different one. So like this, some other names, you can choose any name. My renamed file.txt, the message we are printing to the console window is file renamed. So that also you can run and see. So the message I got, file rename, you can view here. See, the new name, the file came. Same content only, content and all not changed anything, only the file name we got changed. So this is your file operations. Any doubt in these things? How to create a file system, that is require function we have used there. FS is your module, and in that module we have built-in function for reading, creation, updating, deleting and renaming. Okay, that's it. Any doubt? So if you want to upload any files to your server, we have this formidable module is there. Okay, in the Node.js, that is used to upload files in Node.js. That is how to download it, because in the existing one it is not there. When I download Node.js, by default that module is not there. We have to extract like a plugin. I have to download it and install it. So how to do that one? We have our this package manager is there. So npm install formidable. You open your command prompt. Already it is opened here, no? See, I'll just go back to that same location. See users like this. Then there you can give, already I have installed it. I'll just show you. npm install. Formidable. Press enter. So see, like this, it will show. Okay, now it is ready now. Now you can use, now you can do the programs for the uploading files. Okay, fine. So here you have downloaded and installed it. Then I have to use which function only, require function only we have to use it, and your module name we have to type it there. How we have accessed FS, HTTP, all those things, same manner the module name we have to tell it there. Store into a variable. Here module name and variable name same only we use. If you want, you can use it in a different variable, no problem. Okay, we'll see the program. So this is not in a console window. We are doing that with your web browser only. So web server we have to create it now. So HTTP module is included. Now uploading one file, the operation also we want. So we require which one also formidable module also we have included. That's it now. Now creating your server. So create server function we used, request and response. Request.url is equal to file upload. Okay, a condition we are checking there. Then what we are doing is new formidable dot incoming form. Okay, so see here we have created a form action equal to file upload. Okay, method equal to what, post, and encryption type also we have used, that is multi-part, because any this kind of file uploading downloading options is there. This encryption type also better to keep in your form creation. So encrypt type equal to multi-part / form data, like how here we are giving the text HTML, same manner this one. It's a built-in type of thing only. So multi-part / form data we can give it there. Input type equal to file, name is file to upload, then a submit button also. That means when I select that file which we want to upload it there, if you click on the submit, there the action it should perform there. So this URL, what it is accessing is this name only it is accessing. Okay, if the condition is true there means we are creating that one, and whatever form values we are getting, that is storing in this form variable. Now form.parse, that is a request, because when I click on the submit, that is going as a request from the client side, and there what all things is there, error is there, field is there, files is there. So write function, file is uploaded, like that we are printing a message in the output window. That is nothing but our web browser. So request is nothing but this form only we are given as a request. So here you can see what all things we are doing. If this condition is true, then we have to upload it, or else again it should show which one only, the form only it wants to show. So here response.write, this values only we have given there. Okay, so when I click on the submit button, that is going as a request form only. So that is parse function we used to upload that values. Okay, so we'll initiate our server. So now it is showing that is in already in use. Okay, this is already, it is working there. So that server window I have closed. Okay, now that problem is not there, or else here you can change that with 8081, you can change it and you can use it there. So now we access that address, so that is HTTP localhost 8080. So see, we got a form. Okay, now here this is a file type of input box is created. Choose file, click on that one. Which file you want, you can choose it, and just create one file. 1 minute. Saving in the desktop. When I click on this choose file, now I can select that hello file. Click on open. If you click on submit, it is showing what file is uploaded. Okay, so where that file is uploaded? To your server. Okay, clear this part? Any doubt?
Ma'am, what do we do if we have to fetch it from the server?
We can do it. See, see already now you uploaded, no? That uploaded one, now you can, as you told, now I can store into a different location like this. Okay, so that is only this program. So same, a form is created here. File type, file to upload is the name we have given, a submit button is there. So if this condition we are getting, that means when I click on the submit, then only this condition is becoming true. Request.url equal to file upload, form is created, the incoming form we got, form.pass, we are getting the request function error field and files. So we are getting that file path where I have uploaded now. So that file to upload dot path we are accessing, that files dot file to upload dot path. So where that path we have saved, or now when I am uploading, where it getting saving, that path we are accessing and storing in this variable old path. And a new path we are creating equal to, this is the path which I want, then that path plus files to file to upload dot name. So what is that name value, all those things we have given, renaming that file. Okay, like this, new path, old path is given, new path also given, error values, and write file uploaded and moved, like that a message also we are printing. Okay, so uploading also here it is doing, plus that uploaded file, same file we are accessing here like this manner. Path we have accessed and that file name also we have accessed, that is storing in this new path. Both path also, new path also we have given for this rename function. Then we are printing the messages, file uploaded and moved like this. Okay, this you see, this I have given 80. Close to that. We'll open it again, CMD. Or else you have to change with your port number, both file if you want to access. Okay, we don't have error here. Open your browser. Or else you can refresh that. So choose the file. So file uploaded and moved. Already it was there in the desktop, no? We have given the path here only. So see, there also I got it. The same file only. Okay, fine. So uploading, one action is there. How to get the path of the uploaded file? You can use this built-in things. Files dot file to upload. Okay, file to upload is nothing but this name of your input box dot path. That means whatever path we have fetched there, that is desktop, the file name is hello.txt, that path we will get, that is stored in this old path variable. Now where you want to move it now, that means suppose you think like a downloading thing only. So you want to download it to this particular location plus files.file to upload.name. Then with that, all those things we are giving old path, new path, and the function renaming option also given, defining that function, right, and displaying the message like this. Clear? Any doubt?
Ma'am, so for example, if many people are uploading files in the same website, so all of this will get saved by only this one. If we put this, like only this website, or we'll have to, I mean, this coding, or will we have to put for each upload
Each
different?
things, see, differently you have to put it. This together in one program we
Okay.
have showed. No, already I showed one is for uploading. Correct? No, this is just we uploaded and then moved to some other location. Moving means nothing but you are downloading it back to different location like that. That's it. So in the same device only now I am showing it, right? I have uploaded from this computer only. If I want to download it back, a different location I'm choosing and download it back. That's it. So if you are doing your application means separately you have to do the coding. One is for uploading, one is for downloading. Okay. Okay, clear? Any doubt?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay. So clear now how to upload it. For that only we used the different module. Formidable module is used. First of all, we have to install it. You have to use npm command, install that module name. Then you have to use using this require. Okay. Then how to use? First we have seen how to upload a file. For that a form is created. When I click on the submit, it is a request it is going. So here we have access to using that URL, request.url equal to file upload. That is nothing but your form action only. File upload is the action name we have given. Then how to get the values from that? We used this incoming form, that is a formidable type of an object dot function only we use, that is storing in this form. How to get the values? That is form dot parse one function we are using, request values and the function error values field and files. Okay. Okay. So see here, when I'm selecting that one, this argument you see here, that files, this is only that one, that files dot file to upload. So here whatever things I have selected, that is coming with this request, no, that is stored in this file, that particular file dot file to upload. Here whatever things we have selected, then dot path. Okay, fine. Any doubt? Okay. So next thing, I'll just continue. URL module is there. Then we have this just telling about npm package. A node mailer module is there where we can send the emails through your Node.js programs. Some event type of module is there, that also is there in your Node.js. Okay. And in that URL only we have some file server type of thing is there, that also I'll show you. So till that it is your Node.js. Okay, so after 10 minutes we'll continue. alone. So we have seen about formidable module that is used for uploading the files. Now the
Excuse
next
me,
one
ma'am.
is URL module. Yeah, tell me.
Ma'am, sorry to disturb, but I got a doubt. Like in the previous
Yeah.
coding, ma'am. So we loaded the thing
Mhm.
and then one file got saved, ma'am. If we load that thing again and save another file into it, will it replace that file which we have which is saved, or will
No,
both the
no.
files be saved?
Both of you are asking one file we already saved, and next time when we want we
Where
are
again,
uploading a
yeah.
different file like that, right?
Yeah. Yes, ma'am.
Then that will be different
So both
because
will
the
be saved
part
in the
which is
same
there.
place.
Okay, yeah, same means see if both are in desktop, you imagine like that, but the file names will be different. No, one I have given hello.html,
Yes, ma'am.
another one I have given hi.html. So the full path if you take, one is hello.html only, another one is hi.html. So like the different two file locations only will get created.
Okay, ma'am. So as and when we keep inputting, those many files will be saved. Okay.
Yeah, like that only
Thank you.
should be, no. Otherwise, what is the usage?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. I thought,
Okay.
what if it gets replaced because we are not?
And no. That is the functions which I have used. See, that is a normal file systems. Their write file function, if you use, then only the existing file, the same name. See what is the example for the write file I have showed. The write file function we are using, same file name only I used, new file 1.html with a different content. Okay, then what will happen? Same file name only, right? So that file get replaced with this new file, with this new content. That only I showed you with the right file. But the exact situation is like
Okay,
what?
okay, ma'am,
If
got
I am
it.
uploading multiple files, all have different names, correct? So according to that. Fine?
Yes, ma'am, got it.
See, now we have to see about the URL. URL is what? Uniform Resource Locator. You know what is the full form of URL? See like this. This is the URL we can tell. So here a server name is, sorry, our IP address is there, a port number we are using, and a file also opened there. Correct. So this is the URL. From this, we have to extract what is the protocol we are using, what is the port number we are using, how to extract each values. Then we'll use this URL module. So what is the exact thing? See, HTTP. Suppose I'm accessing Google. It will be opening with google.com only. We just copy that address and just place in one file and you can see. See this one. This whole thing, no, including the protocol, your web name, that is www. Then what is the name of the website? What is the domain name? This whole thing we call it as the URL, Uniform Resource Locator. So if you want to extract what each thing from that URL is only protocol you want or only the name of the website if you want, then you can use this URL module. Okay, so there, how to get the or how to split up that one, we have this parse method. So URL or parse method we can use, and it will return a URL object with each part of the address as the properties. So where the slashes we are using, that is separately parts, it will retrieve it and we can access it. Okay, see this example. So we have included URL module is included there. Now here we are telling that is one address we only type there, HTTP localhost. This is the port number. some default.html file, because just we are giving a URL like this, question mark, then what is the year, what is the month, like that, some URL form is given here. Okay, that is in this variable ADR. Now this we have to extract into different parts. So for that we use which one class, ADR equal to true, like that. So it will divide that one into, or split this URL into multiple parts like that. That is stored in queue. Now console.log, that means in our console window only we are displaying. So what we are doing here, log queue dot, that is this queue object only, which object, URL object only we are getting with all these separate parts as the properties, queue dot host, queue dot path name, queue dot search, like that we have given the values to display. These all are properties names, host, path name, search, like that. Okay, so here another thing we can tell, if I use this query, it will show what is that queue data dot, and like that also we can access it. So parse method returns an object containing URL properties. The query property is there for the queue that returns an object with all the query string parameters, the properties. Okay, so that one also we can use it, or else either you can use it this way directly with the URL object. I can access this one, or else give that one into one variable, then also you can access it. Both are same only. Read output. To initiate it, just close this one, open command prompt. So see, what is the local host name? 8081, and what is the file? So what is the host name? That is localhost 8081, and what is the path name? That is default. This is the file we have opened. No, so that is only it is showing what is the path name. That is this default.html, and what we have searched there, we have searched like this. Question mark indicates that only we are searching something in that file. It is searching, it is showing some search result only. So that searched values only it is showing. Now see, from this we have extracted. So what is the searched values? This whole thing is the searching thing. In that you want to extract only the month property like this. Okay, so this is the property month equal to what is the value we typed there, that we can retrieve using this query. That only output we got February. Clear this one? So what is URL is uniform resource locator. Using URL module that have a method, what parts method is there, we can split that URL into multiple parts. So that URL object that it will return as a properties only. You can access each properties from that URL object. Okay, that is only its usage. Clear this thing? Any doubt? One more example I'll show you. So here we are using with our web server only. So server creating HTTP module is used there, plus URL module also included, file system module also included, the server created. Now in that we are using URL.parse. In that server, what is the client object values, or client what is giving the address, that address value only we are retrieving using this URL.parse. That is only request.url true. So while requesting, we will be typing some address in the address bar. That only we are retrieving using this request.url. Okay, that is storing in this queue variable. Variable file name equal to that .q.path name. Okay, what is the file path and all we will get there. Now, what we are doing, read that file content. So here I got to know what is the file we accessed while typing the address there. That file content only now we are reading using which function? Read file function. Okay, right head 404 we have given, that is the common error value. Okay, if it is not a proper status, then we'll show which error is 404 error. If it is a success one, it will show 200. It will not show 200. 200 means everything is okay, your request is accepted and we are getting a response. That is the meaning. Your request is accepted or you are not able to show the response back. I think you have seen this type of error. Some web page, if you try to access, it will not load it properly, or that content of the web page will not be there, then I'll get 404, not web page not found exception, or that type of error messages I'll get. That is this kind of thing. So here, if it is a success means if it is able to show the web page for you, then show the data. Okay, from the file, show the data. That is only end the values there. Accessing using 8082. If you want, you can. We'll see here whether anything. It's not opened anything, so I'll show with 8080 only. And which file you want to access it? See, here we only just typed it is default.html. Instead of that one, now you can see here, I have two files, two HTML file. One is summer, one file is there. You can see what is the content of that one. Just printing a heading like this, a paragraph is there. While giving or while requesting your web server, you can type this file name also, or else one more file name is there, this window. So we'll see how the value it is reading from this file and showing to the user here dynamically. So open it. We'll initiate our web server. So node file name is demo file server. So we don't have any error. So now your server is ready. You give a request through your web browser. So you are accessing that one 8080. See, we have actually two files there. Summer.html file is there, winter.html file is there. Without giving that file name, what is the problem? I'll show you. Press enter. Just to give your normal request only. What is the protocol? What is the local name? Means that path and what is the port number? That's it only. So see what it is showing 404. Because the which file to access and to show the content we have not specified what to show there. So only it is showing what error there 404 not found error it is showing for you. Okay. Now here give this slash and give that name of the HTML file, that is winter.html. It's not backslash, it is forward slash only. Backslashes we'll use with our normal file system. When you want to access anything in your web browser, that path will show with forward slash only, winter.html. So see, now it is able to read that one. So it accessed this particular file name. How? We used their URL. So see, request.url, here what is the address I have typed, that I got it here. Parsing means it splitted that values. From there we are getting only what? Q.path name, that is only winter.html only we'll get from there, Q.path name. Then what we are doing is reading that file from that particular path, and error messages we are printing because these things only we have typed there. Else case, display the data to the web browser as a response. So data is nothing but again we used the scripting lines only. So whatever content I have given, it got displayed there. That's it. Instead of winter.html, if you give there the file name accessing is summer.html. So see, now that file content it is showing for you. Okay. So now it is dynamically working, right? So whatever URL here I'm typing, that file I can access it there, and dynamically I'm displaying the content here. Any doubt in these things? So we combined so many things. URL combined, file system also combined there. Any doubt in this? Clear? So this is about the URL module. Okay, so important method in that is parse method, using get the object property. Then you can use the path name, host, like all those property names you can use to extract each values from that. Okay. Now npm is what? It's a Node.js package manager only. So Node package manager, that is only npm. So that is for Node.js packages or modules, we can use which one? npm. We have seen just now, we have seen how we installed that formidable module. Okay, so to install that one, we have to use which command or which module, or sorry, which manager, package manager is npm only. Okay, so what is a package means? So it contains all the files you need for a module. So modules are JavaScript libraries you can include in your project. That also we know, we have seen that. So package is nothing but which contains all the files you need for a module. Okay, these all terms we'll use when we work with a backend. So that package I have to use it, or this module I have to use, means you have to understand, okay, I have to install these things, or either I have to use the built-in values in a real-time situation. Okay. In Node.js, we have one more module, that is Node Mailer. One module is there. We can send emails from your computer through your Node.js programs. When your program is executing, that time automatically the mail is sending. That is only Node Mailer. So here, do you install it? npm install Node Mailer. That module name we have to give it there. One program I'll just to show you. It is not used much because of the security reasons. Okay, so it is not preferable. Just one program I'll show you. You try in your system. So after installing that one, then I can use the required Node Mailer. You can use it. Then how to get or how to initiate that to send a mail. So we have this create transport. So how we initiated our server, no, web server, how we created, same manner how to create this sender or receiver type of things. For that only we are using which one? Create transport function is using. Gmail only we are using. Gmail is sending that one. So here, what is the service? What is all the username and password? We have to type it there. Next, some other variable created. There we have to type from address to address. That is the same. How we are doing in our normal mail. There, when I click on compose a mail, means what it will show, a window it will show. In that window, we have to type the from address, we have to type the to address, a subject will type that the text. When I click on the send button, it is sending that one. So separately we are creating like this, which is the service provider is Gmail only I'm accessing. In that, what is my mail ID, means sender mail ID and the password, then only I can access that. To whom we are sending. So what is that mail options? So compose mail window only you imagine there. Then send mail is another function. So that transporter dot send mail. What all details we are sending is this mail options variable is sending, and error info like that we are sending. So console.log error it is showing, all else what it is doing is email send info.response. Okay, so this way you can create a mailer option also. So you just try in your system so that no security problems will be there. Otherwise the password is visible like that and some problems will be there. So if you want, you can just do it in your system. Only thing, this one extra we have to download it. So using the npm package manager, you can download this one, run this program, you can access this. Okay, fine, clear? So one more thing is like events. We know what is events and all. So like changing some state of the object, that is only events we are telling. So objects in the Node.js can fire events. If I have this read stream object is there, that will fire events when opening and closing a file. So if you opened a file, automatically that will send an event value. If you closing that file, then also will get an event value. That is built in like that. Then this Node.js has a built-in module called events, where you can create, fire and listen for your own events. So to include that built-in events module, you use the require method. So this read stream object is not any module and all, just a object value. That object it is displaying when which action is performing when you open a file or when you are closing a file. Automatically that object is firing that events. Other than that, using the module events, then also you can create it. New event types you can create, new event values you can create it. Okay, so that is only event one, event modules. Same, how to use it? Use the require function. Inside that you can use this event modules. Okay, so you can assign this event handlers to your own events with the event emitter object. Again, that is also another built-in one available in that events. So just use that event emitter object. So we can assign one event handler for that. Then your own events we can emit it. Okay, so that is this events. One example. So we included the file system. Read stream one object only. So fs dot create read stream. This file we are opening. That is this meaning of this one. Or we are creating nothing but opening only. No. So create read stream. So write to the console when the file is opened. What we have to write it? So see read stream, there is object name dot on one function is there. When it is opening, that means when it is creating that one, what is the value we are throwing there, or what is the event messages we are throwing in? The file is open. So when it is opening, then only we are throwing these messages or firing that messages we can tell. Okay, no such file or directory it is showing. Wait 1 minute, I'll just create it. Or is this my new file one will. So see, now it is showing the file is open. Okay, so clear this one. So this type of events only we can create it. Any doubt in these things? So you got an idea about Node.js. So mainly we have to concentrate on how to create a server and how to request or how to give a request to that particular server using this HTTP localhost port number 8080, how to use it. Open your web browser and we are requesting to that client. As a client, we are requesting to that server, and how to do this kind of operations. We learned about URL module, HTTP module is there. For that only request type and response type of messages we are sending. Then we learned about file system, formidable module is learned. Then this event type of module is there. Mail, if you want to send, we can use that kind of module also. npm is used for what? To install any other plugins and all for your packages or any other modules. If you want to download and install it, we'll use npm. Okay, so all those things are important. Any doubt in these things? Because I'm completing Node.js. Here, these files I have not shared in the link. This separately I'll share it, because now I have shared only about front end. Okay, this is not share. This I'll do. So you have to go through all those things. Any doubt is there, you can ask me. Okay. So here we are learning this Node.js is for what? How to create a backend. So front end is just what? User interface only. How user is viewing your application, that we learned. How the data is coming from the front end and how we are processing that one, that is only this Node.js we have learned. So see, JavaScript only I can use in both in front end way and in back end also I can use it. React.js framework we have used there. Here Node.js is another framework we are using for the back end. So both are in JavaScript only. So JavaScript is a language which I can use both in front end and back end. Okay, we have other backend languages, like we can use Python. That is one language. Then another one, PHP. That also we can use it. Java language we can use. Like that, different languages are there. Which is most popular? This Node.js, JavaScript only more popular. PHP and Python. These are the more popular languages. So only we are working with those things. So I'll just show you how this backend web creation and all using Python also. I'll just show that one also. Then we have to do with database connectivity. So backend is mainly that one, no. So using your front end, we created a web page. Their options are there. You can, a new user is coming means they can register it, or else a already existing user means they can sign in option. They have the sign in option. So both we are giving a request there. So both we want different types of responses. Correct. So how to create that one? So when a new user is coming, he is entering all his details. When you click on that register button, all these details which he entered, that we want to store into the databases. Okay. When an existing user is coming, if he is requesting, that means to log in option he is requesting, he is typing his username and password. So we have to fetch already existing data from the database and checking whether it is matching with the user inputted value. Then another response we have to send back to the user. That means suppose if the password is not correct, we have created password is not matching with the now inputted password, then we have to send another error messages, we have to send it there. So those kind of operations. So for that we need what? Backend is created, okay, fine, which is accepting the request and all, plus database connectivity also should be there. So that only next we are going to learn how to use Node.js with databases. Or if I am teaching you about Python, another backend language, how to use Python with your databases. Okay, so that one only we have to learn. Okay, so any idea about what is database? Anyone knows what is databases? Have you heard about databases? Reply me yes or no. So whether you know it or not, then only I can do, because that is again another area. So front end, back end, databases. The databases is like vast, like this front end applications, back end applications, like that only. So just in your college only, they are maintaining a database. So how many students are there? All your details. What is your college ID number? What is the address you have provided there? So all your details, like what is your blood group? All those things are saved, no? So then they can access all your details whenever they want. So that is stored there permanently. Like that, a collection of data only we are storing there. It's not a single student data, or it is not a single department data also. So a college means so many departments will be there. All together they want a databases. So that is some collection of group of data we can tell. So how to manage this group of data? Suppose a new student is coming to your college. So first year students are coming means the existing one folder or something is there, like what BBA or BSc, like that a folder will be there. There you want to add these new values. Okay, suppose some values if you want to delete it, or suppose you want to alter, you changed your mobile number, so that details should be updated there, then only they can send you the proper messages. So some updations we have to do it there. Okay, so all those things are what the operations which we'll do with your databases. So how to use this, or how I'll create this database, how I'll insert all these things, how to manage these databases. So the DBMS will tell that database management system, like that. So again, for managing all those things, we had SQL, one language was there. So that is structured query language. So that language they were using to manage this database system. So if you want to create it, it is very easy. If you want to create a database, we have the create a database, one command was there, space. Again, I'm telling this, you imagine this is just like a folder like that. Okay, so some folder name if you want to create it, so we'll use create database name. Then if you want inside the database, different we are arranging as a table format. Okay, so first year students, that is in one table, second year students, that is in another table, or another department wise also. This BBA table is there, BCom table is there, like that, different table format only will create it. So the arrangement of data or the storing of the data is in the form of tables. Okay, so in that tables, rows will be there, columns will be there. Rows are each record we will tell. So one single student record only one particular row. Like that, any number of rows we can create it. The column names is nothing, what all properties you have. So your student name, student ID value, address, all those is just a name we have given. So that is common for all the students. No, that is the column names we are giving them. So you are managing those tables only. So we should know how to create the table, how to assign values to the table, inserting the values to the table. Then if any student wants to change his mobile number, then that updation we have to do it. Okay, some other data if you want to delete it, or the entire student details only you want to delete it from your database, that is also possible, deleting the values. Then if you want to view all the table content, see suppose they are taking printouts, all the students from the BBA department. So when they are selecting that print option or something like that, a button will be there in your software, they are clicking on that one, means all the student details we are showing now in this output window or whatever web browser we are showing it. When I click on the print option, it is getting printed to the papers also. So we are getting all the views, or the table view we are getting, that we are showing in the paper. So that is also another operations we have to do it. So before and all, what all DBMS systems we had, database management softwares were there, like MySQL is there, Oracle is there. I think anyone heard about this one? I don't know properly. These are the different softwares they have used before. Now also it is existing only, but not that much popular for web applications. For normal applications and all, I can use it. A normal desktop application if you have means you can use it. But for web applications, it is not popular nowadays. MySQL still they are using, but Oracle and all it's not in that way. So SQL language, when I using there, that is in the form of tables, records, databases, that form only it is there. One problem for that is it is not possible to represent big data and or some big amount of data. If you want to represent this relational databases, they will tell. One table have a relation with another one, like that only they'll be creating. There it is not possible to represent big amount of data. Okay, so nowadays they are not using this kind of databases, but we have a different one, that is NoSQL databases we will tell. Not only SQL like that, that is only NoSQL. So no need to remember the structure, query language, create database, nothing not required there. And it is not in the form of tables, all those things. It is document oriented databases are. Okay, so that kind of databases document, again it is same things only, databases, collections means tables, like that things only, but the name they have changed. It is documents like that, not in the form of databases, tables in that, not in the form of tables. So only nowadays document oriented databases only popular, where there is no SQL like that they are telling. Not only SQL, we can use it in a different way also. Okay, so the situation is like this only. If you want to represent big amount of data, then we are using this document oriented databases. In that, the commonly used nowadays is MongoDB. That is the commonly used document oriented databases for web applications. Okay, MySQL is there, that also I can use it. We have to download it and we can use it, no problem, but that is not document oriented. It is with the tables only, some relational databases, table connections, relations and all, we have to do it there. So instead of that one, now we are using with document oriented. Okay, that one only, next we have to learn it. Okay, so for that we should know what is MongoDB, how to use it. That means again we have to install it. So how to install all those things, that only next we are going to learn. So after completing MongoDB, I'll teach you how to connect Node.js and MongoDB together, so that it will complete your backend section. Then one more thing is we'll do some brief about Python, how to use Python as a backend language. Then we'll do Python and MongoDB connection. Okay, so like this we'll complete our backend. Okay, so now only you have to start developing your web application if you are interested. First only I told, no one responded for that one. I don't know how many of you people will show me. Okay, if you want to do and show me that one, you can do it. If you want any help also, I'll help you. Okay, at least I'm telling, at least you have to create the landing page, the first page like that. That day I showed you, no, how the landing page is showing. At least that page if you create also fine, but you have to try it by your own. Okay, we'll just see what is the introduction for the MongoDB, then the rest of the things, installation and all, I'll show you tomorrow. Okay, so MongoDB is an open source. It is document oriented cross-platform database system. It is written in C++ language. It is a NoSQL database. That is only I just explained you what is document oriented. Cross-platform means you know that will work in any operating system, and it is written in C++. Okay, C++ language only they have used to create this MongoDB. It is a NoSQL database. So normal SQL, whatever structure we had or whatever commands we had, that we are not using here in this MongoDB. Okay, and it is mainly used to represent big amount of data. More reliable way, if I want to represent it, we can use this MongoDB. So it is a documenter oriented database only. Okay, so in a MongoDB, a database can be defined as a physical container for collection of data. That is only I told you. You imagine just like a folder only, where we are keeping some kind of files. Same thing only, database, it is like a container for collection of data. So if you want to keep it in a well arranged format, then picture folder, if you see, that consists of only pictures. No, same manner, just like a folder only. So databases is the container where I am storing the collection of data. Now, what is collections? These are the terms we are using with MongoDB. Before and all, it was like database where there tables we were using. That is the name we were using, tables. Then each table consists of records are there. So like these terms we were using with SQL type of databases. Now it is no SQL, no. So database is there, but collections is another new value or new term they are using. Collections can be defined as a cluster of MongoDB documents that exist within a single database. So nothing but table. So some tables if you want to create it. That is here in MongoDB we call it as a collections. Now each collections contains documents are there. So it's nothing but what? We can tell a record. A student record is nothing but a document here in MongoDB. So student name, first name, last name, mobile number, age, date of birth, all those things is the properties of one's particular student is that is a document here in MongoDB. So it is a collection of key value pair that contains dynamic schema. So we just, if I am connecting with MongoDB and Node.js means you have to remember how we created the object values and all. Okay, that you have to remember, then only it will be easy for you. So NoSQL database is referred to a non-SQL or non-relational databases. Before it was like that. All are relational. Related to one table is related to another table. Like this relation wise only we'll do the programs. And now it is not there. So it provides a mechanism for storage and retrieval of data other than tabular relations model used in relational database. Tabular nothing but tables only. So NoSQL database doesn't use tables for storing data. It is generally used to store big data and real-time web applications. So that is the applications of MongoDB. So you have to remember what is MongoDB means. It is an open source, document-oriented, NoSQL database. Okay, so what is the other terms we are using? What is a database means? It's a physical container where we are storing collection of data. What is a collection means? It is a cluster of documents or a group of documents we will store inside a collections. A document is what? That is defined as a key and value pair that contains some dynamic schema, or it is representing a particular property of one object or something like that we can tell. Okay, fine. So this is just an introduction. Tomorrow we'll see how to install MongoDB, how to work with the MongoDB. Okay, any doubt till here? You got an idea about what is database, why we need database in the backend. Is this clear? Okay, so
Yes,
I
ma'am.
completed no.
Will there be like a final assessment of any sort other than the project?
You will have an online test.
All right. And when will that be?
Next week. Date is not fixed. That I'll
Okay.
tell you, confirm, and I'll tell you. Okay.
All right. Thank
But
you
that
so
also
much.
will be there.
Okay.
Okay. So today I'm ending this much. We completed Node.js, MongoDB. Tomorrow I'll start it. Okay. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.